Hi, my name is Natalie Leach and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to share with you the prenatal stretch that I do every morning that I feel helps alleviate pressure through my hips, through my legs, my upper body, as well as my lower back. So those are some areas that I know a lot of women who are expecting suffer from some pain in and discomfort, especially as they continue to progress through their pregnancy. So we've got about 10 minutes of stretching. I do this stretching every morning to start my day, and I just find that it thoroughly helps my muscles and my joints feel better throughout the day. Now, if at any point in time these stretches feel very uncomfortable for you, I would urge you to stop and make sure that you're listening to your body at all times. All right, with that, I am going to get us started here. So find some space where you feel comfortable. I'm set up outside today, and I like to use a mat. It just helps when we are on our knees and gives us a little bit more padding depending on the floor surface that you're on. So we're going to start today. This is where I always start, and it's in child's pose. So you want to bring your legs just a little bit wider than usual. Knees are out to the sides, and you're just going to bring those arms out in front of the body. Now, you might need to stay up a little bit higher in this stretch. Again, make sure you're listening to your body. Or you can always come right down into the stretch and just breathe. You should feel the muscles lengthening, but you shouldn't feel any pain. If you feel pain, I want you to move from where you are and adjust into a place where you feel the stretch without that discomfort. You might also find the longer you're here, the deeper you can sink into the stretch, and that's okay. That's just your body releasing, your muscles relaxing. Good. We're going to bring those hands out to the side of the body. You're going to stay down, hips pushing back, and we're just going to push down, leaning into one side of the upper body and then switching, leaning to the other side. Again, I'm moving a little bit faster than I typically would for the purposes of the video, but what I would tell you is if this feels really good for you, you can stay in this stretch longer. Give me a couple more to each side here. Good. We're going to slide one leg forward, other leg is going to go back, and we're going to release through the hips. So now you may need to bring this knee forward a little bit, or you can push it back depending on how that feels for you. And you're going to try to bring your chest down towards the thigh. You can drop down to the forearms like I am, or you can always just lean into it, stay up on the hands. But you should feel a nice stretch through the hip and through the glute of that front leg. Make sure you're using your breath on every exhale. Try and sink the body down a little deeper. Now you can stay there, or you can join me in extending that back leg right out behind you into a bit of a swan pose. And that's just going to intensify the stretch a little bit down the back of the leg and through the hip. Good, well done. Well done. We're going to do the same thing with the other leg. So take your time. Bring that other leg forward. Again, I like to start with both legs bent. You can come down to the forearms if it feels okay for you in your body. And just feel that release through the hip, through the glute. Breathe right in to those muscles. Our hips and our legs can get really tight when we're pregnant. So use this stretch, just breathe in. And again, you can stay here or you can join me in extending that back leg behind you. Just intensifying that stretch just a little. Good. We're going to do one more stretch to release through the hips. So we're going to bring one leg over across the other. Kind of a bit of a pretzel, to be honest. Now, if that does not feel right for you, the bottom leg can stay flat out in front. And I want you to just breathe in, and you're going to pull on that front leg. You should feel a nice release again through the hip of that bent leg. Good, we're not going to stay here for too long, so let's switch it up. Other leg comes forward. You can bend the leg or keep it extended front. Just breathe. Good, we're going to stretch through the back of the legs now. Focus in on the hammies. So I'm going to do this from the side. We're going to move into a down dog. So I want you to come into all fours here. And from here, we are going to tuck under through our toes. We're going to push back through our heels. And then you're going to try to push those heels right down to the ground. If that's too much, you can keep the knees bent. But really the goal here is to lengthen through those hamstrings, through the calf muscles. And if you like, you can even do a bit of a walking dog here. So pop one heel up and then the other. Remember, you should feel that stretch, but it should not have any discomfort. If you're feeling any discomfort at all, I want you to remove yourself from the stretch. Good, a couple more breaths here. And then you're going to come back to all fours. So get those knees down. Hands are underneath your shoulders. And we're going to try and stretch through the lower back here. So you're going to push round the back. You should feel a stretch through the upper back as well. And then you're going to lengthen. So lengthen that spine. Look right out in front of you. Good. Let's do that again. Breathe in, round the back. And then exhale. And lengthen. One more time here. Round that back. Feel a nice stretch through the back side of the body. And lengthen. Good. Well done. Well done. All right, we're going to come back to a seated position here. I want you to try and bring the soles of your feet together. We're going to stretch the inner thighs. So I want you to push Make sure you're sitting right on your sit bones. You're just going to think about bringing those knees nice and wide. And while you do that, you can close your eyes here. That's what I'm going to do. You're just going to roll the neck. Roll through the head. Take it side. Bring your ear to the one shoulder. And then roll through. Moving to the other side. You feel a really nice stretch through the neck. Right through the traps. And still, you're stretching through those inner thighs. You've probably forgotten about them, but good. Now I want you to take your hands to the sides of your body. Put them out so that you can feel an even more intense stretch through the neck. So try and get your ear all the way to the shoulder. Hands are out to the sides. And reset your head back to center. And then take it to the other side. Good. Let's do that a couple more times here. And again, I mentioned it at the beginning, but these are the stretches I do every morning. Some mornings I have 5 minutes with the kids running around me. Some mornings I have 15 minutes. And some mornings I need my legs to be stretched out more than my upper body. So I take the time to do that. It's all just about how you feel. Good. We're going to do one more stretch here that's really important as our body begins to build out in front of us. We often find ourselves hunched, right? So you can come to all fours. When you're ready, I want you to sit back. We're going to bring our hands behind us, and we're just going to open through the chest here. So you can interlock the hands behind you if that feels comfortable. You can keep the eyes closed if you prefer. Give me a couple deep breaths, just really open through that chest. One more nice deep breath. Alright, bring your hands to your sides. There it is. So nothing fancy by any means, but again, I find that has helped me through this pregnancy just to feel reset, recharged, ready for every day. So I hope that stretch has helped you as well. Now before you leave today, I'd ask you to click subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos that I will be posting to this channel in the coming weeks and in the coming months. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care.